Hey, coffee and tools this week. We're still working on electrical work around the home, but this is something I thought we should point out because a lot of people don't realize or don't know. And this line here was pinched up underneath the roof line, and this is a metal roof with screws coming through, so you just don't ever put, an electrical wire between something like that where a screw could hit the wire or whatever. But also it rub, metal roof, heat. I can't put together all the know about this. There's a lot of know. Anyway, the thing I wanted to show you here was I drilled a hole, and I was realizing today a lot of people may or may not realize this. So we use a paddle bit as an electrician, and they are starting to use some high-speed drill bits these days. We used to use paddle bit, was old school. And we use a 5/8. So the 5/8 size was good for like this hole right here where I have a single cable coming through. If you're going to do something bigger than that, you can go to 3/4 or something like that. But the other ticket here is to put the hole about center of the beam. In this case, this is a ceiling beam, so it's pretty big lumber size for what I've got going on here. And so I centered it, and I put the hole here. And I put it on an angle because I want the wire going that way, out towards the where I was going. So that's what we're going to be covering today. And then I got to show you something that was like, Dad, you got to be kidding me. Who would do something this stupid? But I'll show it to you later on at the end of the video. Let's do this. Okay. So getting on to the other wire. Okay, this is the outside or proper outside 14-2 wire I'm going to be running. And you see what I did? I've stripped it back, cut the black, the white off, left to be a big old ground. I'm going to wind the two grounds together, tape the two lines together, and that way, I can pull the wire up there, and I'll pull that in and use that as a pull means so I can get back to the junction box where they wired up a switch over here, and instead of that be coming through and going over here to where I'm going to be installing new ceiling fans and stuff. But just thought I'd explain some of this to you because this is going to be a fun house, I can tell. All right, so I've got my wire up here. Just use some crappy blue tape because this is just a pull, and tied the two lines together. So now we come down here, there's the new line. So now all I gotta do is pull the new line back up, and we'll have a nice fresh proper cable for coming out here. But now over here somewhere is where things get really weird. I'm not even sure what they were doing here, but they've got a number of different lines run, and I don't know which one's doing which, so I'm gonna have to sort all that out once I get the line pulled back in. But it looks like this junction box had more going for it than what I realized. But let's see if we can do this. Okay. Okay, when we come back. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, so this is what I was after, is to put two ceiling fans up with lights and get rid of the mess that was up there on the ceiling. You didn't get to see that because you didn't need to see it. It was bad. It was outside wiring. The lamp itself was it had no box, so it was wide open, and a bird's nest had actually built around the wiring, so it was a bit of a fire hazard even. But put two new ceiling fans up, ran new wire, proper wire, ran it all the way back to that nasty outlet where the switch controls the outlet. So that's a done deal. Now the next thing is I got to move on still, but just take a quick look, and now you can see a little bit about what I've put up here. And I strapped it all in, and that this is all UF wire, so this is weatherized stuff that can be outside, not a problem. More coffee and tools coming up. This is a lot of fun this week, I'll tell you. Like I promised, there's a work shed back here, and I'm tearing it apart right now, taking it down. But there's a little workbench here that the previous owner had that I'm using right now just to stage some stuff. But it's a little dark, but here's where the wire came through, right here. I can't say enough bad about that because this is siding that will be, nailed in over time and screws. And so he he ran the cable back here against the wall where you drive screws through for your siding. So wow, you know. And how much does it take to buy a 5/8 paddle bit and put the hole about here? Now, if this was a finishing area where you'd be putting a wall or staging something, then you'd also put a metal plate at the front here that would be nailed in to protect the cable where it went through a 2x4 or a beam like this. But this is just absolutely, I just, guys, girls, I mean, I just can't say enough bad about it. It was like, how stupid can you possibly be to put a cable against a wall where screws and, you know, nails are going to be driven through for a siding job? And he did it more than once, but that one right there is pretty clear, pretty obvious. I cut the cable off here where he was still running it, right here. And then if you look up on top, he ran it again on the outside where the beams are and where the siding goes in and gets nailed into place. So just amazing. So I'm sure glad this turkey isn't anywhere around me, because I think he's going to burn something down, or he's definitely going to cause some problems for everybody in the future. All right, hey, thanks for watching Coffee and Tools, and yeah, we're out of here. Adios.